And we begin tonight at 6 with a live look at Kokomo right now. It is cold and windy all over central Indiana. Really feeling a lot more like winter on this Wednesday night. And that's why we're starting here in the Weather Center with Angela.
That's right. She is tracking the impacts of this temperature tumble. Oh my gosh, those shots from Howard County. It's a little more mild here.
Yes, snow on the ground there. Temperatures tonight will fall into the teens. We already have wind chills in the single digits and concerned with the new lake effect snow that will come off Lake Michigan tonight. And that's the reason we continue with the weather impact alert for the rest of tonight into very early tomorrow morning. Now through about 8 a.m., those bursts of heavy snow coming off Lake Michigan will lead to rapidly changing weather and road conditions. And if you are in areas north and east of Indianapolis, there may be a few school delays early tomorrow. What you see on radar now, a few spotty snow showers. We've got a few snow showers on the southeast side of Indianapolis, Acton south to about Greenwood, over towards Shelbyville. A few snowflakes just to the southwest of Rushville, and some steadier light snow northeast of Martinsville, headed south into Nashville. This isn't the lake effect that we're tracking. That will get going later this evening. They're going to end up with 6 to 8, maybe a foot of snow or more just off Lake Michigan. As far south as Peru, 2 to 4. Kokomo, you're going to be on the high side of that 1 to 2. And you can see here the lake effect snow that will take over between now and early tomorrow morning. And I have additional snow chances in the 7-day in a few minutes.
Angela will check back. Thank you. And don't forget, you can always stay ahead of the changing forecast if you have the Doppler 13 weather app. If you download it, you can track the change in temperatures along with the snow accumulation tonight. Plus, you'll get access to the latest forecast blog and the video forecast. Again, it's all free. All you have to do is go to your phone's app store and download it.
Want to get to some breaking news out of Madison County tonight at 6, where police are now confirming 3 people are dead following a crash.
All of this unfolding in just the last 2 hours today. Police tell us that a car crossed over the center line. This happened at State Road 67. It then hit another vehicle that was near West Ridge Road and Pendleton Avenue. 2 people pronounced dead at the scene, and then a 3rd person died at the hospital. At this hour, we are working to learn the identities of those who died in the crash. State Road 67 right now is currently closed as the investigators do their work there.
Well, police tonight are providing new information about a Mooresville officer who hit and killed a pedestrian last Friday night.
Our Brandon Schaff went back to Mooresville today to speak with the community as investigations into that crash now wrap up.
23-year-old Nicholas Horning was ID'd by the Morgan County coroner as the victim of a deadly car crash last week in Mooresville.
23 is a young age.
Jackie Dean, who's also 23, works in Mooresville.
Things happen out of the blue all the time, and it's always scary. It's hard to see an act like that happen and to not just want to reach out for everybody, right? It hurts.
This is Indiana Street behind me here in Mooresville. That's where that tragic accident happened Friday evening involving a Mooresville police officer hitting and killing a pedestrian. We now know the external and internal investigations are now complete.
Mooresville police conducted the internal investigation, while the Morgan County Serious Crash Investigation Team handled the external findings. Mooresville Police Chief Kerry Buckner described what happened the night of the accident.
He was coming from the liquor store that was there, and he darted in front of the officers. The officer was traveling, and the officer was actually trying to find a car that he had seen speed by in front of the police department here.
The accident happened just a few blocks away from the police station.
Somebody has lost their life. It's always a bad deal, and it's hard on both sides. I mean, the officers take it hard when they have to take someone's life or they accidentally take someone's life, and then of course the family has, they suffer as well.
Buckner said his department's chaplains met with Horning's family to support them. As for the investigations, the chief will lead a review of the internal findings, and the Morgan County prosecutor will review the external investigation to decide whether to file charges.
In order to make sure that the right things happen and that people are taken care of and that, his memory, is taken care of correctly, is to make sure that we know what happened. So I think what I'd really enjoy to see is impartiality.
Brandon Schaff, 13 News.
Now, the officer involved currently is on administrative leave, and this chief tells 13 News a final recommendation on his employment and potential discipline is expected by this Friday. Also, the prosecutor is expected to review the external investigation's findings. That is set for Monday.
Over at the Indiana State House tonight, Governor Mike Braun will give his second State of the State address tonight at 7:30.
Emily Longnecker joins us live at the State House ahead of that address tonight. And Emily, I know you've been looking about this today. What is the governor expected to talk about?
Well, Ann and Scott, this is typically a speech where the governor touts some of the things that he deems were his successes in the past year. And it's also a chance for the governor to look ahead at some of the things that he wants to accomplish in Indiana over the next year. Now, broadly, that usually involves touching upon the economy, education, and public safety. Just a few hours ago, the governor released his 2026 Freedom and Opportunity Agenda. He says he hopes to build on progress made in 2025 while improving education quality and choice, along with new jobs and higher wages in Indiana. Also on the list, affordability and the cost of living for Hoosiers. That includes the cost of housing, energy, and health care. Affordability has been a big topic down here at the State House on both sides of the aisle. Lawmakers have filed several bills dealing with housing costs, utility costs, and medical debt. House Republicans announced last week that affordability was one of their key issues for this session. Democrats also want to tackle cost issues, though they also want to lower the costs of child care and health care. Now, the governor's speech starts at 7:30 tonight. He won't be the only one talking. After he gives his remarks, Republicans and Democrats in both the House and Senate, the leadership from both of those chambers, they'll give a response to what the governor had to say. We'll have a wrap up of all of it tonight at 11. Ann, Scott?
All right, Emily, thanks so much. And of course, you can watch it live. We're going to be airing the State of the Address right here on Channel 13, and we're also going to be streaming it over on WTHR+. That will start at 7:30. That means there's a programming change. Jeopardy now is going to air over on MeTV. That is Channel 13.3.
Want to give you a live look now at the IU campus in Bloomington right now. The IU weather camera showing it's pretty quiet there right now. But on Monday, of course, thousands of football fans will be there cheering on the Hoosiers in the national championship game.
A very different scene for Miami right now with the snow on the ground. The countdown is on. We are now 5 days away from kickoff between IU and Miami. Again, that's in Miami. It's going to be warm down there. And also, if you're going to be staying here, we're wondering, do you have your spot picked out where you're going to be catching all the action?
Yeah, today Rich and I found watch parties being planned all over the country, including IU graduates in Miami, where the game's going to be played.
This is Josh Olmstead with his game face on during his days at IU as a student in the early 2000s. Josh is a South Florida native, now husband and father, helping to plan 4 different watch parties in the Miami area for IU graduates and fans pouring into his hometown.
I think every place is going to be packed. And if it's not packed with Indiana fans, it's going to be packed with Miami fans. So, if you can't get into one of those places, just definitely take a look around, find a bar. Every place is going to have it on. The town is going to stop for that 3 hours.
Josh still hopes to get tickets to the game in his backyard, but they might be out of his budget.
If you're still looking for a place to watch the College Football National Championship game on Monday, and you want to hang out with a lot of other IU fans, the Fishers Event Center may be the right place for you.
Parking and admission are free, but you do need to order a ticket to watch the game on the arena scoreboard big screens. In Fishers, Rich Nye, 13 News.
And of course, it's fun to watch it with fans, and we're going to be bringing you coverage from Miami ahead of, during, and after the big game. Dom and Eli are going to be live in our newscast starting Friday.
Dustin and Sam will then join them this weekend for all your coverage right here on Channel 13 and on WTHR+. Angela?
Scott, temperatures for us tonight drop into the teens with more snow showers in the forecast.
35 years, but still no answers after a woman is found dead in her home. Tonight at 6:15, we're hearing from the original detective in this case, who details the challenges still facing this investigation.
Plus IPS graduation rates, what school officials are now crediting for a nearly 12% increase in students finishing school.